Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts Guys. If you have not heard the news, quarter century bonanza has been circulating here. Early sets, early boxes have been getting cracked open earlier today, and we have been finding out almost everything about 99% of the set. Like literally 2 cards out of a 280 card list. We know everything from. It's a cool idea. To be honest, it's a little bit awkward that this is so soon after the Megatins, and what seems to be for a lot of people so much more enticing than the Megatins. This card list is looking maybe just significantly better, and part of it is there are some older reprints that can be in this one that the Megatins don't really mess with, so the Megatins are only cards from the last year or so. Maybe that makes for better filler, cards to kind of fit in that still have good value and purpose in the set. So you guys know the deal. This is not normally a market watch channel, but there were some really cool reprints in here, and I'm going to go through the ones that stood out to me as I went through the whole 300 card list. We're going to talk about all the cards that I thought were pretty cool that are getting a reprint here. There's obviously going to be some others. I don't know the market value of every card on this list, especially some of the older ones, but the ones that I saw that were pretty cool, some of them are old, some of them are new, but we'll go through them one by one. So let's get into it. Starting off, Fabled Lurie. Fabled's good. Not Fabled, but specifically one. Well, Fabled Lurie is definitely going to see play with the new Fabled cards from Terminal World 2. We'll see if that's an actual deck or not when that set comes out in the OCG. But aside from that, this is a very commonly played card with the Fiendsmith engine anyway, and it only has old common printings that are very expensive for commons, so we'll take it. Swap Frog. This is a card that, as far as I know, only has a couple printings still, and if frogs ever do get support, this is the kind of card that would skyrocket. So I do appreciate one more copy, especially a version of the card that could be a couple different rarities. That's the other thing, too, with this set. If you go up and down the list, all of these cards are viable to be a bunch of different rarities out of this set, kind of like an OCG set breakdown, which is also very cool. Atlantean Dragoons. Older card, hasn't been printed a ton lately, and with the resurgence of Atlantean and even more support on the way in the next core set, I would not be surprised that this card's pretty expensive. I don't know off the top of my head, though. Teus, kind of same idea, pretty old card. Hopefully that's a little more affordable, because I already had my Atlantean core and Mermail core when those cards came out. I didn't have to dig in and try to buy new ones. Ritual Beast Tamer Elder. From what I heard, and I already had this core as well, this was the one expensive card from the old version of the Ritual Beast stuff. So tough to get, but now much better. A Bishark, pretty expensive card from the Water Legendary Duelist pack a couple of years ago. Very nice to see that getting a reprint. Neptibus, throw that in with the Atlantean stuff. Secret Six Samurai Kizaru. This is a pretty expensive old Six Samurai card. Not old, but older. And it hasn't been printed in a while, and it's a really important card for them, especially if something like MX Saber Invoker comes off our ban list at some point sooner rather than later, like it has in some of the other formats. I can't remember if it's Master Duel or the OCG, but one of them has MX Saber Invoker back, and this guy plays really well with that, so that could be a nice buff to Six Samurai going forward. Dragon Maid Hospitality. This one's not out of this world, but the cool thing is there are some alt arts floating around with this set as well, coming from the OCG. So not only are we getting some alt arts, but alt arts pairing with the new release of the new Dragon Maid cards that are going to come out in December in the OCG, and then hopefully a couple months later for us. That's a really, really cool addition there. Really good timing on Konami's end to pair those up at a similar time frame. House Dragon Maid as well. She gets her new artwork at the same time. Very cool. Dark Beckoning Beast. I know this card's been pretty hard to get because it was mostly available in was it OTS packs and that old structure deck from multiple years ago. So that's been tough to get. Dia Bellstar is Dia Bellstar, right? She's one of the most played cards in the game. Everybody wants her, so now getting a third printing of her, really, really nice to see. I think this is a third printing, wasn't she? I think she was in the Megatins as well. Snake Eye Flamberge Dragon. This is a card as well that's a nice addition. He's a secret rare. He's a boss. He's a very popular archetype boss monster competitively. It's nice to see. Schuberta, Melodious Maestro. This is an older card. I played Melodious fairly recently, and yeah, this is one of those older cards. Hasn't been printed in a while. Not the easiest card to find necessarily. So just new printings and maybe some rarity upgrades as well. Really nice for her. Toad, as older printings, especially higher rarity printings get older, it's nice to be able to find newer versions of Toad a lot easier. Ancient Gear Ballista, I don't know where this guy's been printed, but it's not been a lot. It's just Dual Overload. He never got a reprint. Wow, that's crazy. So with some of the new cards that actually have some good application in Earth Machine, like the new Link 1 Clockwork Knight and the new Quick Play spell from Supreme Darkness, there's actually really good timing here as well. SP Little Knight, I don't have to say anything here. This is the most played card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. It's huge. You should have one. If you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player that plans on playing competitively at any point, you should have your hands on an SP Little Knight. So really like that they're helping make her a lot more accessible for the budget players. That's really, really nice. There's still a handful of cards that I wish Konami could make more budget more quickly, but this is a good start regardless. So yeah, this now and maybe next year we'll see the Mulcharmies in a set like this, and that could really help them come down to earth and allow budget players to dive in there. Promethean Princess, this is another one, just good higher rarity card. Getting a reprint that just sees a good amount of play is a really good card, and just shouldn't be as expensive as it has been. Allure of Darkness is crazy because it has a ton of printings, but I still think the holos still hold decent price points, which is kind of crazy. So nice to see still for Allure of Darkness, and especially with the pairing of it with Malice coming up soon in the next month. That's really nice as well. One from One also getting an alt art here. I love the alt art way more than the Samsara Lotus. I guess if you're playing, Yubel, the Samsara Lotus one hits a little harder, but I love the Synchron artwork here. This is so cool with the Sonic Chick, I think is her name. Really, really awesome artwork. I cannot wait to get my hands on this one and play this one over the other one whenever I have the chance. It's really cool. Asinato, this is awesome. Asinato's only ever been a common, I believe. Yeah, only ever been a common, so finally being able to get, OTS Super. So now being able to get even higher rarity, but just nicer versions of literally the best card in Melodious. It's really nice. Clockwork Knight, this is a card that's only ever been printed as a secret rare in Battles of Legend from 2 years ago. So very nice to see a second copy, especially with the new Link 1 to search it out coming in the next core set. That's really good timing. Triple Tactics Thrust. I would probably lump like Dia Bellstar, SP Little Knight, and Triple Tactics Thrust in like the three big like meta bangers from this set. Just as far as big meta staples that budget players have probably been gate kept out of being able to utilize, finally being accessible for them, hopefully, with this set. Bonfire, honestly, you could throw in as a fourth, honestly. But it's a little more tailored to like Pyro-specific decks, so I don't know exactly how many decks, but I guess you could consider it on that level, right? When you consider Ryzeol and Ryzeol, obviously the Snake Eye engine in general, but then some other stuff as well. Like there's definitely some application there. Wanted, also throw Wanted. Let's make it a top 5. Those are the top 5. Wanted's crazy as well. It's awesome printings. I really hope they don't hit the consistency here as hits to Snake Eye on the next ban list, just with them finally making these cards much more budget friendly. I really hope that's not what they do. Cyber Dragon, really awesome. Looks like they're going to do another run at the alt art printing. This is by far the cooler art, in my opinion. This one's obviously the more, quintessential art of Cyber Dragon that like holds in everybody's memory. But this one is so cool, man, that it's like dark silver and gray and has like the purple lightning coming off of it. Like this one to me is so much cooler. I have the old printing of it. This one's so cool, and it's nice to not have to find like that old copy of it. You can get a newer, updated version of it. Gladiator Beast Skyzaris. I don't know how expensive this card is, but it is nice that they're reprinting it, pairing with the new Gladiator Beast support in Supreme Darkness. Same thing with Shuret, except that's in the Terminal World 2 support. Still waiting on what those 4 cards are going to be. We should be getting that actually pretty soon. And the last reprint I have here on my list is Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. I don't know. He has a handful of printings here. I guess he's got a couple of commons and stuff. But to me, this is like the #1 Crystal Beast you gotta have if you're gonna play Crystal Beast. So I just figured it'd be nice to have a newest version of him. Yeah, he hasn't been reprinted since, oh my god, in 2022 he got 3 separate reprints. That's actually insane. But sure, adding it to the list of printings of this card obviously doesn't hurt. There for being a big anime deck, being the quintessential main deck monster starter basically for the deck. Nice to see. there. But all things considered, I think this set looks really promising. I've been hearing left and right that this is like what the Megatins should have been, except like add some of like the best Megatin reprints from the cards from the past year into here, slot that in for some of the maybe less desirable cards in this reprint set, and this would have been like the craziest product we've seen in a long time. Regardless, there's still some really good stuff here. I'll definitely be scooping some singles out of this set for my own self, and I bet a lot of you will be doing the same. If you think there's anything else that I didn't mention here from my list that's in here that you think is really cool for you, whether it's rarity upgrade, card that's kind of price-wise been gatekeeping you out of playing something you want to play, or just something you think is cool and makes sense and like you're glad they're doing because you want to scoop it, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. But I'm out of here for today. I will obviously keep you guys up to date on all things Yu-Gi-Oh! News going forward as they come to me, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see that later on, and peace.